Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today we continue our Patreon week with a video brought to us by longtime Patreon supporter Brett. Huge thanks to Brett and the rest of my Patreon supporters. Brett reached out asking for a deck led by Yarok the Desecrated, but he wanted a twist on the deck. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Yarok the Desecrated is a 5-mana 3/5 legendary elemental horror with Death Touch and Lifelink. Additionally, if a permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent we control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Yarok has been terrorizing players with accidental infinite loops for years now. In fact, making sure he doesn't have an infinite loop is hard. Assuming you're running good cards, that is. A few years ago, I bragged about friend and longtime patron Jiraiya building a Yarok deck that had no infinite combos. Another content creator said that her deck didn't have any infinite combos either. Took us about 3 seconds to find 4 of them in her deck that she had missed. That's how easy it is. So I didn't bother trying with this deck. Now that being said, Brett specifically asked for a deck that focused on recent Magic cards. So I wanted to include lots of cards printed in the last 6 months or so. Now, we didn't only include cards printed in the last 6 months, but there are quite a lot of them in this deck. Also, this is a Bracket 3 deck, which means we're not exactly budget. Apologies to your wallet. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. For the past few years, Ultimate Guard has been hard at work finding ways to protect your cards without damaging the planet, and they have discovered it. Boulders, once made entirely of plastic, are now made of 87% renewable resources. They also come in a variety of sizes and colors, including this new blue 133 card box. If you're like me, you have a ton of decks, want a little bit of space for tokens in your deck box, and don't want those boxes filling up an entire suitcase, then this box is the perfect solution. Find out if your local game store carries the new Return to Earth boulders from Ultimate Guard, or click on the link down below to order yourself one from Amazon. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. I'm currently streaming over on Gaming with Danon as well as Twitch. It'll mostly be Final Fantasy XIV, but you're more than welcome to pop in and talk about Commander. Honestly, about half my streams are talking about manga, anime, or Commander. To start off our land base, we've got Command Tower and Exotic Orchard. 2 lands that can basically go into any multicolored deck at just about any budget. Next up, we've got Verdant Catacombs, Misty Rainforest, Polluted Delta, Bloodstained Mire, Windswept Heath, and Flooded Strand. Fetch lands to help us find our type lands as well as our basics. Speaking of which, we've got Zagoth Triumph, Overgrown Tomb, Breeding Pool, Watery Grave, Underground Mortuary, Hedge Maze, and Undercity Sewers, all serving as typed lands. For other dual-colored lands, we've got Undergrowth Stadium, Rejuvenating Springs, Morphic Pool, Deathcap Glade, Dreamroot Cascade, and Shipwreck Marsh. Of course, we're also running Simic Growth Chamber, Golgari Rot Farm, and Dimir Aqueduct because bounce lands are great on their own, but work exceptionally well in this deck. Bojuka Bog, and Field of the Dead for utility lands. Finally, we've got 3 swamps, 6 forests, and 3 islands making up our basics. To start off our mana ramp, we're running Crucible of Worlds, Conduit of Worlds, Ancient Green Warden, Ramming Up Excavator, Titania, Protector of Argoth, Ice-Till Explorer, Azusa, Lost But Seeking, Dryad of the Elysian Grove, and Wayward Swordtooth. The combination of extra lands per turn combined with the ability to play lands from our graveyard, along with fetch lands, is gross. Have you ever seen someone play Verdant Catacombs 3 times on the same turn? Disgusting. For additional land ramp, we've also got Ignis Scientia, Solemn Simulacrum, and the Earth King. Yes, they're all creatures, so if Yarok is on board, we get double triggers. Of course, we're also running Sol Ring and Arcane Signet, just because they're too good not to run. Finally, we've got Springheart Nantuko, Lotus Cobra, Peregrine Drake, and Crop Rotation for shenanigans. Gotta make sure we can fetch out that Field of the Dead. Our card advantage package consists of Coiling Oracle, Muldrifter, Tachiova Benthic Druid, AC Tyrant of Gyre Strait, Garruk's Uprising, Wan Shi Tong All-Knowing, Pictures of Spider-Man, Future Flight, Spider-Man 2099 Miguel O'Hara, Afrael Dreaming Acolyte, Quantum Riddler, Eternal Witness, Ultimecia Temporal Threat, Baleful Strix, and Uro Titan of Nature's Wrath. You'll note that all of our card advantage package works well with our commander. For interaction and spot removal, we've got Reclamation Sage, Yarok's Fenlurker, Lizard Connor's Curse, Virus Beetle, Venser Shaper Savant, Cloud of Darkness, Colosseum Behemoth, Beast Within, Ravenous Chupacabra, Acidic Slime, and Hostage Taker. No counter magic this time. I figured Brett would want to give his opponents a break. For now. For board wipes, we're running Extinguisher Battleship, Sephiroth Planet's Heir, and Cyclonic Rift. Pretty straightforward. 2 of them are even thematic. The core of our deck consists of Black Cat Cunning Thief, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Genomorph Imago, Might Form Harmonizer, Glacier Godmaw, U-Social Engineering, Rampaging Baloths, Sin Unending Cataclysm, Ob Nixilis the Fallen, and Deadeye Navigator. Supporting our plan, we've also got Imposter Syndrome, Panharmonicon, Ghostly Flicker, and Displace. Gotta get our combos off somehow. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 56 mana sources split between 38 lands and 18 pieces of ramp. High, I know, but we're a landfall deck, so it's fine. 15 pieces of card advantage, 11 pieces of interaction, 3 board wipes, 1 piece of graveyard hate in Bajuka Bog, 1 Sudden I Win card in Glacier Godmaw. Don't let this guy fool you. Every time a land enters the battlefield under our control, creatures we control get haste and vigilance and +1/+1 until the end of turn. And our deck is designed to have multiple landfall triggers every turn. On top of that, Yarok means this creature triggers twice every time a land hits. Now, is this the absolute best version of Yarok? No, of course not. There are plenty of great Magic cards that didn't make the list. But Brett wanted to showcase the newer cards that sometimes get missed. Did you see any that caught your eye? Which ones are you thinking of putting in your deck? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Muffins, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alex, Borgie, Congo, Robert, Pye, Kazaris, Patrick, Tiz, Art, Richard, Sint, Boomy, Oscar, Justin, Golden Walker, Captain Hammer, Yori, Sleech, Zach, Mr. Salty, and Hua. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and to ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.